Welcome to my YouTube channel Kadam Academy. Dear friend, this is the very interesting video and with the video series on these problem solving skills, the AI problem, AI task, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the field of computer science which makes computer system a kind of intelligence. It consists of two words, artificial and intelligence, which means a human made thinking power. Artificial intelligence is a technology through which we can create intelligent systems that can simulate human intelligence. There are three types of the AI: weak AI, strong AI, artificial super intelligence, which means if we go in detail for these types of the artificial intelligence, three: artificial narrow intelligence (ANI) stage 1, where the machine learning specialized work area and solve one problem like Siri, Alexa, Cortana. These are the work done on this field. After this, artificial general intelligence, that is a strong AI, where the machine intelligence refers to a computer that is smart as a human across the board. This is the work right now. Research is going on. After that, the last is the artificial super intelligence. This stage 3, till not the man not able to reach machine consciousness and intellect that much smarter than the best human brain in practically every field. So friend, these are the types, but we are going to deal or you are going to study in this video the AI problem. So dear friend, watch till the end of this video. Friends, AI artificial intelligence problem or task. There are the different tasks, three major tasks. I will give you the name: mundane task, formal task, and the expert task. Under this mundane, again it is divided, categorized, like in perception, natural language, that is NLP, you can say, common sense reasoning, robot control, that is locomotive. In under the formal task, we have the games, mathematics, and expert task, engineering, scientific analysis, medical diagnosis, and financial analysis. This financial analysis and all the terms related to this task we'll see one by one. So friend, what is the mundane? Mundane task, under this mundane task, mundane means what? Mundane means, if we see the meaning of this mundane, is in Hindi सांसारिक, लौकिक, दुनियावी, दुनियादारी के, इस लोक का, नीरस, साधारण. Similarly, the different meaning of this mundane, that is the adjective if worldly, earthly, profane, vulgar, as opposed to heavenly, or already I have told you this Hindi words. Pertaining to the universe or cosmos or physical reality as opposed to the spiritual reality or ordinary, not new. This is the one example I would like to give you. I found the job very mundane. यह मुझे काम नीरस लगा. और I hope I can get an interesting job and not something mundane. मुझे उम्मीद है कि मुझे एक दिलचस्प काम मिल सकता है, न कि कुछ साधारण. Friend, the AI problems, first mundane tasks, which include the perception, and after that, the natural language, common sense reasoning, and robot control. You see one by one. This is the very easy task, easy to learn, and human learns the mundane, ordinary tasks since their birth. It's the easiest to learn and learn by all these tasks. So friend, here the perception. Under this perception involves interpreting the sight, taste, sounds, smells and touch. The sight, sound, touch, smell and the taste. These five major senses of humankind. We'll see one by one. These five senses are work for human for as a collect the signals, and the perception tasks are difficult because they involve analog rather than digital signal. Under this perception, they involve the analog other than digital signal. You can see in this one, analog TV or now digital TV, analog clock, digital clock. This is the difference between analog and digital. The signals are typically very noisy and large number of things signals must be realized or to understand at once. The input in the task is a maybe symbolic. Okay, or example, this 8 puzzle configuration or one types English sentence. Okay, the input to the robotics typically this analog signals are there, such as the two-dimensional video image or the speech waveform, or they can also equip with the more exotic sensors, such as the laser, rangefinders, speedometers, and the radars. Two extremely sensory channels for the human are vision and the spoken language. Friend, here the vision, that sight, come under this sight. This is the eye, one of the sensor, so that we can see the whatever the open to through this camera. Okay, the vision opens a new realm of computer application like the mobile robot navigation. The navigation to given by the vision under this vision, or it may be complex manufacturing task. What are the manufacturing which is having the complex one? So that may be task by using this vision you can complete, or by vision we can analyze the satellite images, or what are the images are available to the this satellite which are give the images of the earth. After that we can see the medical images you can see in this figure. The image is given to you in medical image processing. That is the one of the undercover the vision. It involves how we can transform raw camera images into useful information about the world. This is the new technique they develop. We can utilize for the getting the information. Image understanding is the most difficult task, and it has been the subject to of most study in the AI. Similarly, next is the sound. Under the sound, speech recognition or voice. You can see this example of the Google. We can give the speech or click on this button, and if we give the word, he will search for us. Or the Echo, Amazon one equipment is there, Echo. So we can listen the music, Spotify, or we can talk with that Alexa. Like these devices are there, newly developed under the speech recognition voice. So friend, natural language, under this natural language is there, so that will be developed, and that will understanding the systems usually accept type input, but for a number of applications this is not acceptable. Spoken languages is a more natural form of a communication in many human computer interfaces. It is a perceptual problem, and it's a hard to solve for the reasons. We can simplify the problem by restricting it to written languages. Means whatever the listen we have to convert into written one, and that is the easier to get the solution. Similarly, the touch, smell, taste. These are the three scope of all the AI. Till the touch, smell, taste are not work, there is a research work is going on. So these problems related to these three, there is a very much scope where we have to do the work. You can get it the new problems. Friend, after the perception, you go for the natural language programming, NLP, natural language programming. Under this natural language programming, I have the applications of understanding of language. See, this is the example of the Google language generation and language translation. So what is natural language processing? So natural language processing or NLP can be considered as a branch of artificial intelligence. Through this, we are trying to make computers capable of reading, understanding, and making sense of human languages. So you can see nowadays various languages are available for the Google by using this kind of the algorithms or codings. So these are the developed one through by under the AI. It focuses on the teaching the machines how we humans communicate with each other using natural languages such as English, German, or the Hindi or Marathi or Kannada, South Indian languages or the different languages. Okay. To find most of the NLP techniques are various supervised and unsupervised machine learning algorithms for extracting the valuable insight from the human languages. Human communicate mostly with the help of text and speech. Thus, NLP system accept inputs in the form of the speech and text. So, various cases of NLP, translation application, fake news detection, classification emails, predicting the disease, error detection, IVR application, sentiment analysis, personal voice assistant. So these are the few uses cases of NLP. Next, we'll go for the third one is the this ecosystem, the Amazon, the Alexa. These are the example for the development of this under the NLP mundane tasks. Next is the common sense. What will happen in common sense? The problem solving that we do every day when we decide how to get the work in the morning, often called common sense reasoning. It involves reasoning about the physical objects and their relationship to each other. Example, an object can be in only one place at a time, as well as reasoning about the actions and their consequences. Example, if you let go of something, it will fall to the floor and maybe break. A simple task related to the common sense reasoning is solved by using the GPS. Okay, this is general problem solver. This common sense problems by the you can solve it by come under the mundane task. Next is the robot control locomotives. See, friends, to build a robot that live in the world, we must come understand the process shown in this figure. You see this figure very carefully to design for an autonomous robot. This figure for the design. Here is the circle, the cognition after this perception and action, but these are connected with the physical world. In this rectangle block, that physical world, that perception involves the interpreting the sight, sounds, and smells, touch, and this action includes ability to navigate through the world and manipulate objects. The AI concerned only with the cognition. The idea being that when intelligent problem develop, okay, in robots design, add sensors, effectors to them, and differentiate the AI problem robots and AI programs usually operate in computer simulated world. The robot must operate in a physical world. So see here, this is the one of the example the robot develop. Here what will happen? The physical world that will detect the all the and perception come under perception and after that cognition. So what will happen in AI robot? Combination of technique will able to design intelligent robot that live in the world. So this will be recognized. So cognitive task is given to them is used to context the cognitive task analysis. It's process of an analyzing what level of true process or person has to reach and is using to solve a specific problem. So perception, cognition, and action. You can see in this figure and this video also the perception, action, and the cognition they are continuously connected. So this is the robot control locomotive come under the mundane task to solve the problem related to this robot. So you can see the video how they are developed the task. We can also create this as like robots by using the this under the mundane task. These problems we can solve it. Next come the formal task. Under this formal task, in the early work in the field of the AI, focus on only formal tasks such as game playing and the theorem proving like this. Under this game, the chess game have a good deal of the this attention. The logic, the theorist was an early attempt to prove the mathematical theorems also, and backgammon. These are the games they develop to prove this for this formal task game theory. Okay. Another area of the mathematics is the geometry. Or you can see here checkers go the game they had under the commander game theory. In game playing, the theorem proving and share the property areas that the people who do them well are considered to be displaying intelligence. Under the mathematics, you can see under the mathematics, we can solve the various logic, the theory proving, and the attempt to prove the mathematical theorems under the geometry and logic and integral calculus and proving the properties of the program. Next come the formal tasks. After the formal tasks includes the game and chess, backman, checkers, and mathematics like this. Logical, integral calculus, proving the properties of the program. After that comes the expert task. Third one, the expert task. Expert task is a specialized domain. Expert task, that problem, expert system solve the problems like engineering. It includes the design, fault detection, or the manufacturing planning, etc. That maybe also include the manufacturing planning like Industry 4.0 or the monitoring and the scientific analysis and the medical diagnosis and the financial analysis. Like these problems come under the expert task. To solve the expert level problems, expert system need access to a substantial domain knowledge base, which must be built as a efficiently as possible. Expert system is the represented applied AI in the very broad sense. Friends, expert skills required the knowledge that may of us do not have, or the often the more mundane skills that the knowledge is usually easier to represent and deal with the inside program. From the mundane task we go, if we from a mundane task we go from downward and the upward directions are shown here. There is a meaning of the showing that one. From the mundane task, if we go downward direction towards the formal expert task, the problem solving is easy to solve by using the machines or the computer. If you go from the downward expert tasks to the upward formal tasks and mundane tasks, so what will happen? The problem solving is easy to human being. There is a human made by using the human made thinking power. As a result of the problem solving areas where AI is now flourishing, most of the practical discipline as opposed to a purely research are primarily the domains that require a specialized expertise without the assistance of the common sense knowledge. There are now thousands of programs called expert system in a day-to-day operation throughout all the areas of industry and the government. Each of these systems attempts to solve the perhaps all the practical significant problems that previously required source of expertise. Dear friends, Steve Jobs, all of you know him. He told one sentence: everyone in this country should learn to program a computer because it teaches you to think. So friend, if you like my video, the number of videos are available. You not subscribe my channel, subscribe my channel Kadam Academy and Python for engineers and many more channels on vibration and industrial engineering and metallurgy, material science. So friends, thank you very much for watching my video.